The phone vibrated once, then again. Then it kept vibrating, like something trapped and dying in my pocket. I didn't answer. I was standing in the kitchen, staring at the engagement ring on the marble counter. The stone caught the light and threw it back at me, sharp, white, accusatory. A perfect circle. No beginning, no end. That should have comforted me. Instead, my chest felt hollow. Her message replayed in my head, word for word, calm and rehearsed. I need to sleep with my ex one last time to be sure about you. Otherwise, marriage is off. She had said it like she was asking for a weekend away, like this was a reasonable requirement, like love was a contract with loopholes. I had paused, let the silence stretch. Then I said, "Okay." She exhaled in relief. She thought she had won something. The phone buzzed again. Her name lit up the screen. I imagined her packing, smiling, convincing herself this was closure, exploration, honesty. I picked up the ring. Heavy, expensive, refundable. That's when I understood something with terrifying clarity. This wasn't about certainty, it was about entitlement, and I was already done. The first betrayal isn't the act, it's the assumption. The assumption that I would wait, that I would stay still while she tested options, that my love was a chair she could set her bag on while she checked another room. I replayed the past year like security footage, the sudden secrecy, the phone turned face down, the girls' nights that came with new perfume and unfamiliar confidence. I had noticed, of course I had, but I had chosen patience over suspicion, trust over instinct, a calculated kindness. Now her demand reframed everything. This wasn't fear, it was strategy. She wasn't asking permission, she was issuing terms. I poured a drink I didn't need and sat at the table. My hands were steady, my thoughts were not. Somewhere beneath the calm, something dark shifted into place. I didn't ask who the ex was, I already knew. He had never left the edges of her life, a ghost she kept fed with messages and nostalgia, a backup plan polished and waiting. Marriage, to her, wasn't devotion, it was security, and security, once guaranteed, could be negotiated against. The realization didn't hurt the way betrayal is supposed to. It clarified, like a lens snapping into focus. I wasn't losing a future, I was dodging a trap. I moved quietly. That's how you survive these things, by not announcing your awakening. I called the jeweler first. Calm voice, polite. Ring returned, full refund approved. I felt nothing. Then the venue, the caterer, the florist. I canceled everything with surgical efficiency, like cutting dead tissue. At night, I lay awake, not imagining her with him, but imagining myself after her. The silence, the absence, the relief. She texted updates from her trip, laughing emojis, hotel mirrors, careful omissions. I didn't respond. Instead, I booked a flight. Switzerland doesn't ask questions, it offers altitude and perspective. I had both. I remembered a Thanksgiving 2 years earlier, when my daughter-in-law had shouted over the phone, "If you want to join, come wash the dishes," a joke wrapped in contempt. I had replied, "Enjoy." I always replied that way, because power isn't loud, it waits. The villa overlooked a lake so still it looked artificial. Glass walls, clean lines, space to think. On the third day, my phone started ringing. Once, twice, 10 times. By the 71st call, I smiled. I answered on the 72nd. She was crying, not delicately, not strategically, real panic, the kind that comes when the floor vanishes. "Where are you?" she asked. "Why aren't you answering?" "I came back early. The apartment is empty." I let the silence do the work. Then I said, "Marriage is off." She inhaled sharply like I had slapped her through the phone. "What are you talking about?" she whispered. "You said okay." "I did," I replied, and then I listened. She tried to explain, to justify, to reframe her betrayal as honesty, as courage. I opened my laptop and sent one message, a photo, the villa, the lake, the mountains behind me, indifferent and eternal. Her breathing broke. "You can't just disappear," she said, "after everything." "I can," I said, "and I have." She begged, not for love, for stability. She talked about plans, about history, about how everyone makes mistakes. I leaned back in the chair and watched the light move across the floor. "You didn't make a mistake," I said softly. "You made a calculation." She went quiet. "That's why this hurts," I continued. "You thought I was an asset, something you could pause." I told her about the cancellations, the refunds, the closed accounts. I told her I wished her luck, with her certainty, with her ex, with whatever came next. She screamed my name. I ended the call. That night, I slept better than I had in months. No anger, no triumph, just space. In the morning, I swam in cold water and felt my body remember itself, strength without performance, control without cruelty. Betrayal doesn't always leave scars. Sometimes it leaves clarity. I didn't crush her with rage, I starved her of relevance. And as the mountains reflected back at me, unmoved, unbothered, I understood the final truth. I didn't lose anything. I escaped.